Hello and welcome back to the Tea and Soju C-Drama podcast, your safe drama chatter. I'm your host, Liliana, and it's time to sit back, grab your tea, and let's chat Asian dramas. In today's episode, we are back for season 3, and I am so excited. So in today's episode, I am just going to be doing a little catching up with you guys. It's been a minute. I took the whole month of September off, and I'm really excited because not only did I get to rest a little bit, but then for about 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks almost, I really hunkered down and started planning season 3, and just having that little break and that, not pressure to put anything new out really helped me kind of like get out of my sort of burned out stage that I was at the end of last season. So I'm really excited to get going with season 3. And today we're just going to be doing a little catching up. I'm going to be telling you guys, what I've been watching, what I've finished, but also at the end of the episode, so in sort of the second half of the episode, we're going to be going into what season 3 is going to look like. I'm going to be sharing some tidbits here and there. Patrons over on Patreon already know a lot of this information because I shared some of the episodes that are going to be coming up. So this is, going to be more of that. So before we fully get into the episode, let's just go through some housekeeping. If you like the podcast, please like, share, and subscribe on the platform you listen to. That really helps the podcast reach other listeners. For more content, check out Patreon, where you can find behind the scenes, first impressions, movie reviews, and more. And like I mentioned, patrons have already had access to a lot of the information for what's happening in season 3, but also they've had things like No Gain, No Love reviews, which I've been doing over on Patreon. So I would just like to thank my patrons are Purple Dinosaurus, Marta, Caitlin, Lorna, Cheryl, Julia, Nancy, Amanda, Jane, Camila, Cindy, Victoria, Tate, Valerie, Catherine, Julia, and Sandra. Thank you guys. You mean the world. Thank you so much for supporting me over on Patreon. And even if you're just on there as a free member, thank you. It means the world that you guys would be more than happy to go over to a whole new, app to support me on there as well. So that, and finally, if you like to chat to me, I'm always open for chatting, guys, or find a community. Check out Discord. We've been having so much fun over on Discord. We chat about anything and everything over there. We chat about anime. We chat about currently airing Chinese dramas, currently airing Korean dramas. We talk about travel. We share the travel that we do. And it's beautiful to get to see the world through everybody else's eyes a little bit. So that is a lot of fun. I love the little Discord that we've got going. So I'm always more than happy for more people to join in on the fun in there. And then we've got Instagram and other socials, and the link for that is all in the description notes. So check that out. And that is it. That is all of the housekeeping out of the way. So, like I said, the first episode, I'm going to be just talking to you guys about, what I've been watching and what I've been finishing up. Now, this isn't going to be like a currently watching where I put everything into categories. I'm literally just going to go through and kind of tell you guys what I've been watching, if I've been enjoying it, where I'm at with things. I'm also going to be talking about 2 dramas, which I'm very excited to start. And I have a niggly feeling. So I'm recording this on the 4th of October because I'm so excited, guys. But tomorrow, so the 5th of October, I'm going back home for 2 weeks. So I'm very excited. You won't notice any disruption to the podcast because I've already pre-recorded everything and I have everything up and ready to go. So to you guys, it'll be business as usual, but I will actually be away and I'll be taking that time to not actually be recording anything. But But actually, I did want to ask, would you guys like me to share a little bit of, my home, or as in, the place that I come from back in Portugal? And would you like me to share, some of the foods that if I do that, I'll probably just do it either on Instagram, and I will probably, do it maybe as like some stories up on there. So let me know if that's something that you would like. If you're listening on Spotify, you can just leave a comment on there and I'll pick those up. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. But like I was saying, I have a very niggly feeling. I have two dramas that I'm really, really excited about, and they're heavily rumored for October. And I have a sneaky suspicion that I will record this episode and they will be announced very, very soon after. So by the time you listen, they might be already out, and I will absolutely be watching them if they come out. I won't have as much watching time because when I go back home, I tend to spend, a lot of time with family and friends. So that is, and I'll be going to eat and just enjoying time off. That's going to be like time off because even though I've been, not doing the podcast, I still had work and all of that. And it's been so hectic. So I'm very excited to just get, a big break. So like I said, the second half is just going to be what's coming up in season 3. And it is going to be like a little bit of a waffly episode, I think. I'm just going to be sitting down and talking to you guys today. That's what, the episode is going to be like. Just as a welcome back. And, it's the third year I'm kick-starting this. Not quite the third year, but it's the third season. So it'll be 3 years next year that Tea and Soju have been out. So that is, sort of the setup of the episode. So without further ado, let's jump into what I'm actually currently watching. And first up on my list is a Chinese drama. And when I tell you guys, I would describe this as a warm hug at the end of a very busy day. That's exactly what this drama is. And that is the Chinese drama, You Are My Lover Friend. It is currently airing and it is up to episode 23 right now. Now, I am behind, guys. I think I'm on episode 15 or 16. So I am a little bit behind on this. Like I said, it's been hectic, but this one is actually available in so many places. It's on Viki, it's on iQIYI, it's on WeTV. It is available in a bunch of places. Now, what is this drama about? So basically, I'm just going to read you my drama list description, and it reads as Tang Yang and Jiang Xiyan were high school classmates and are close friends for 10 years. After finishing school, they both passionately pursued careers in bank credit review and new media communication. Tang Yang helped the families of military martyrs start businesses in her small loan job. Jiang Xiyan, inspired by their perseverance, made a documentary about their stories, which gained widespread attention. Throughout this journey, the trust and understanding they developed since their teenage years endured various challenges and blossomed into a sincere and beautiful love. They went from being classmates and friends to becoming partners, building a family, and facing life together. Now, guys, when I tell you this is the purest rendition of Friends to Lovers, this is Friends to Lovers. It is extremely slow, but these two actors are just so well matched. They actually know each other in real life, and they've been friends for a really long time, I believe, since childhood themselves. So they've got this acting down to an absolute T. I believe their parents were friends, and that's kind of like how they knew each other. And for the cast, so who we've got the amazing Zhang Qin Sheng. I think he's severely underrated. I feel like he needs more recognition because he's such a talented actor. You would probably know him, I think, mostly one of his most noticeable roles would be, or the biggest drama I think that he's sort of one of the biggest dramas he's been in would be as little brother in Go Ahead, but he's also been in The Day of Becoming You, Young Blood, Skate into Love is another one that a lot of people would probably know him by, The Justice, The Murder in Karaoke, The Heart of Genius. So he's been in a lot of things, but I just hope he breaks it really, really big. So he's also known, his English name is Stephen Zhang, so that's what you might know him as. I adore him. I truly think he's such a great, talented actor. So as the female lead, we have Wang Yu-wen. Now, she's also been in quite a few things. Tiger and Crane, A Lonely Hero's Journey, Gone with the Rain, In Spite of the Strong Wind, Nobody Knows. I think the one we really, really know her from is Once We Get Married, which then she then went on to also go and play again with that actor in 2023 from For the Love You Give Me. So I think that's kind of like the roles we really, really know her by. But I really like her. I think she's really, really good at, at what she does. She has broken on the scene fairly recently. And by fairly recently, I mean she's been acting since 2016. So she's been like around for a while, but I think she hasn't been, she hasn't had that role that has really broken her out quite yet. But like I said, this is the type of drama that not everybody's going to like. Like, if you don't appreciate Friends to Lovers, this isn't a drama for you because it is slow and it's mellow, and not mellow as in melodramatic or anything like that, but mellow as in, just mellow. So it's very sweet. These two know each other incredibly well, and I just see why a relationship between the two of them would work because they are so well matched. And I feel like you truly feel like they know each other better than anyone else could. I just adored. There's been a couple of scenes, like there is one scene from episode 1 where the male lead kind of picks her up for her new job, like helps clean her house for her because they sort of had a welcome home. She's been studying abroad, and she, has come home, and they had a welcome home like party for her at her house. And it's really nice. He drives her to work, gets her breakfast, that sort of thing. He is just so incredibly nice. And at the beginning of the show, you kind of think, oh my goodness, you almost feel like he does everything for her, but she seems to take a lot without giving back. But then at the end of every single episode, after the credits, there's a lot of flashback scenes, and you see that in their younger stages, it was her that did a lot for him. And even now, she still does a lot, but it's just not as focused on that. So I feel like this is truly a, what's the word? An even relationship in the sense of the word. So I just adored it. Like I said, it's very calming. It's kind of like a warm hug at the end of the day. I really, really enjoy it. So that is You Are My Lover Friend. Like I said, I really, really like it. So next up on what I've been watching is the Korean drama. I think it's Korean. Is it a K-drama? Because it stars, so it is down as a South Korean production, and it is called What Comes After Love. It is basically, a female lead who is played by the amazing, one of my all-time favorite actresses, Lee Young, and she plays the role of Choi Hong, and basically she kind of goes off to Japan where she meets the male lead Sakaguchi Kentaro, who plays Ayako Jungu, and they kind of form a relationship while there, but then they kind of split due to different thoughts, and 5 years later they meet in Korea. So basically this is a story that starts in Japan but finishes in Korea. It is so far really good, really beautifully directed actually. It's got that quality that a Japanese drama would give in terms of the feelings, but it's got that, K-drama beauty to it as well. So far I am very, very excited. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's only going to be 6 episodes, guys, which I adore. It means we're going to have a really nice, tight little plot. I may actually do a little review on this one over on Patreon, I think, because I don't think there's going to be, or at least I haven't really made any notes. And sometimes I just like watching a show for the sake of watching it, if that makes sense, without in the back of my mind of, oh, I have to write that down or I have to make notes. And that's when I end up putting, those sort of reviews over on Patreon. So that's what I did with No Gain, No Love, just because I had no notes, but I was enjoying it so much that I wanted to talk about it. So that's kind of, what happens over there and how I kind of decide about reviews. So, it's on Viki. It is beautiful. Episode... Oh my goodness, episode 5. Oh, I'm behind. I'm so behind. I thought we were still on. Wait, is this I am just realizing. Oh, okay. This is a Friday drama. So it means 2 episodes just came out today. 2 new ones. So I'm guessing, and then 5 and 6 will come out next week. So it's a really, really short drama. The episodes are not that long either, so I'm really enjoying it. I've only watched 2 episodes though, so at the time of recording this, so I don't have a lot of thoughts on it, apart from I already like the story, I already like the acting, but I thought I was going to anyways, because again, I adore this female lead. So that's just a very quick thoughts on what comes after love. So far, I would definitely recommend it. I'm enjoying it. I am still watching Love Next Door. I am super behind on this one. I think I'm like episode 30, no, 12, 11. I think I might be episode 10 or 11. And so far there's 14 episodes out. So it finishes this weekend. I'm enjoying it, actually. I'm enjoying it more now than I was, say, a couple of episodes ago. I understand the story more. And again, I still truly just believe that this was badly marketed. I don't think it was marketed as it should have been. But we should all expect it. It's what happens in K-dramas. They love to throw in a couple of detours for us and hardly ever give us a straight up rom-com. So I think that I'm not going to touch too much on this one because there will be a review coming for this one. I am going to be joined by a guest and we're going to be reviewing this one. I'm quite excited to review it because I don't actually know where I'm going to land on this. So until I actually sit down to review it, I don't actually know which way I'm going to go with it. I will say, straight up, I really, really dislike the fact that we started with episodes of 1 hour 5 minutes and we're now up to 1 hour 35 minutes. And I'm like, why K-drama land? Why? I just can't. It's so bizarre. I can sit there and watch like 5, 6, 8 episodes of a C-drama straight up, no problem. I could literally do that. But you give me a K-drama episode of 1 hour and a half and I can't do it. And I think it's because for me personally, I don't know if this is a thing. I don't, guys. But for me personally, I feel like there's pacing of the drama as a whole and there's pacing of of each individual episodes. So some episodes can lag in pacing. And I feel like when the episodes get longer and it feels more like a movie, yet it doesn't conclude like a movie, to me, that doesn't work as well as if I have shorter episodes with a tighter pacing where stuff is actually happening throughout the whole episode. Does that make any sense? So I think that's my problem with like the longer episodes, is just that it feels like it takes a really long time to get anywhere, if that makes sense, within that episode and within what that episode is trying to, convey. So I think that's really my, one of my bigger problems. But that's just something I've been finding with K-dramas in general, is that they've been wanting to do these very long episodes. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know at this point. Either make it longer and make like episodes shorter. I don't know. Because like a lot of people will say, well, just watch. What I do is I'll watch like 45 minutes and then I'll pause and then I'll come back another day and watch the rest of the episode and like break it up like that. And I'm like, well, if we can do that as watchers, why can't the show just break it up anyways? But that's besides the point. That's my side rant. Like I said, I'm still enjoying it. I don't know where I'm going to land. It's going to be an interesting conversation. I'm very excited for the guest that I'm going to be reviewing it with. So I think it's going to be fun. Now, the next one. Guys, this drama is not good, but it's borderline on the it's so bad, it's so good kind of trait. I don't know. So a lot of us are watching this over on Discord and we're kind of chatting back and forth, and the general consensus is that this drama isn't necessarily good, but yet we all want to watch it and we all want to keep pressing play on it. Now, that is the Chinese drama Love in the Desert. It is a currently airing drama. It is 26 episodes and each episode is only about 30 minutes. So it is a shorter type of show. Now, the drama revolves around this princess, and basically it's all kind of set in the desert, which makes it very different to anything else we kind of watched. The costumes in this are really pretty, I will say. It's very pretty to look at, even if it can come across as cheap sometimes because it is a lower budget production. But I'll just read you kind of like the MDL description. In the vast desert, 3 cities stand in delicate balance of power, with a turbulent political landscape filled with constant conflict. The most beautiful woman of the desert, Princess Huang Bei Shuang of a fallen clan, is unexpectedly chosen as the envoy for peace, marriage, and sent to Yunfei City. Along the way, she becomes entangled with 3 influential men of the desert. What begins as a complex game of mutual manipulation turns into a love-hate struggle between the rebellious Black Lotus and the 3 powerful figures of the desert. Refusing to be a pawn of fate, Huang Bei Shuang uses her intelligence, bravery, and unwavering determination to establish her place in a perilous desert. In the process, she develops romantic feelings for the northern lord, Hu Qingyu. The stunning beauty embarks on a dreamlike journey through the desert, navigating a web of illusions and dangers as she stirs up the winds of change in her quest for dominance. So, this is what I mean, guys. I'm not sure this is good, but I think MDL makes it sound better than it actually is. The acting is just okay. Like, the acting is just okay. So the male lead for this is Alan Fong, and he is probably very well known for his role in A Journey to Love. He played Yu Shi-san. So he was kind of like the extravagant part of, the quartet that came out of the oh my goodness, like the police force in a sense. So that's where he's probably most known. But he's been in Blooming, Love Forever Young, The Longest Promise, The Eternal Love Season 3. He's been in The Long Ballad, Unique Lady. So he's been in quite a few things. I quite like this actor. He's very like, his comedic timing is pretty good actually, and I really, really loved his role in My Journey to Love. Now the female lead for this is Han Keys Omar. She is a Chinese actress of Uyghur descendant. So I'm sorry if I've butchered that. I believe that is the same. Now I may be completely out of line here, but I believe that's the same descendancy as Dilrubba. So what I mean by that is this actress has a very unique look, and I really, really like that. So she's been in The Legend of Heroes, Jade's Faithful Love, Song of Youth, Ancient Love poetry, a couple of things starting from 2020 onwards. So she's a fairly recent actress, I would say. I don't mind her, but you can feel she's a little bit green, so to speak. And like I said, the acting in general is okay, but sometimes it's a little bit comedic. Now, they're in the middle of the desert. There's bandits. There is an almost rape. I will put that in right at the beginning. I believe it's episode 2 or 3. It doesn't actually go through, and the women get the upper hand in the situation. But if that's not your thing, and if you can't bear to see that, then give this one a skip. And like I said, if you want to check this one out, go in with very low expectations, guys. Very ground expectations, because this I don't even know why I'm watching. That's the thing, and this is the general consensus over on Discord for us chatting. But yeah, we go back and we watch it, and it's only an episode a day, so we kind of go in, watch a little bit, and have a little fun with it. So that is Love in the Desert. Again, don't come at me if you try this and be like, this is utter garbage. Look, I'm not saying it isn't. I'm not saying it isn't. So the next one up I'm watching is, again, a Chinese drama, and it's called In Between. Now, this drama, I think I've talked about it before. It's very melodramatic. It's very melodramatic. I will put that out there, because it is basically about very flawed characters, and there is cheating, and again, very flawed characters, people being people and not necessarily in the best light. So it's 27 episodes. It is a Yoku drama, but it isn't available internationally on Yoku. It's only available on YouTube. So that's where I'm watching. I went in because it stars Tian Shi-wei, and I adore her. And this is kind of like a little different role for her. So I'm enjoying that aspect of it. This isn't one that I necessarily binge, but it's one that I go in, I watch a little bit, I bow out, and then I go back out. And it's actually almost done. It finishes airing October 4th. So it finishes today, actually, day of recording. But don't think all of the episodes are quite out on the YouTube channel. So that's what I do. I go in, I watch a little bit, and I bow back out, and I'm quite happy with, doing that. So this is probably like a back burner watch for me, I would say. So the next one. Now, guys, I don't know about this. I am having the hardest time with this, and that is the drama Love of Nirvana. Now, this is, I think I've talked about it. I'm not sure if I actually talked about when did this start airing. September 14th. So I wouldn't have touched on it, on my latest currently watching that I did. So this actually stars Ren Jialan and Landy Li, two actors that I adore. I really, really like them. It is airing in a bunch of places. Tencent, Viki, iQIYI, WeTV. I have currently watched 6 episodes. And the FOMO I'm getting for this, it is so bad. And I had watched 4 episodes and I was like, this isn't for me. I'm going to drop it. And I dropped it. I put it into my dropped. And then everybody and their mother is watching this and being like, this gets so good. This is really getting really good. This is the only good thing, going right now. And my FOMO is getting so incredibly bad that I picked it up from my dropped list, which I never do. If I drop something, I drop something. And I picked it up and I put it on my currently watching. And I went back and I watched 2 more episodes and I'm like, okay, I'm still not sure. So I'm at that point now where it's like, when do I say I am wanting to watch this because I am getting really bad FOMO over I am wanting to watch this because I'm enjoying? I'm having a really hard time distinguishing what is what. And I think it's because, so this is something that happened to me a lot in season 2, and I really want to change it going into season 3. And it's the fact that I would stick out to dramas because they were really, really popular, and I wanted to talk about them on the podcast because that's the popular thing, and I really wanted to, put those episodes out there. And that's going to be something that I'm going to change throughout season 3, and it's just something that personally I have to work on and to I don't know, change up my mentality of it and think I want to put stuff out there that I truly, truly enjoy so that people can see that I enjoy it, and hopefully that enjoyment can come through in the episodes rather than me watching something because it is the popular thing and it's the it thing right now, and I really want to talk about it because it's the it thing and not necessarily because I truly loved it. So that is just something that I truly want to change up within myself and within the podcast for going through to season 3. So I'm having a really hard time with this because I honestly cannot tell if I want to go back in and be like, I'm actually really enjoying this, or again, if it's just something that I want to watch because everybody else and their mother is watching it and really enjoying it. And I'm like, well, why am I not enjoying it? And I can't figure it out. And it's just one of those. So I think I might need to put this on hold and come back and sort of do a binge of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm not in the right mood for it. That could be a thing because you guys know I'm a mood watcher. So it is on my currently watching. Whether it's going to stay there or not, I don't know. I'm going to, obviously at the end of October, I'm going to have a currently watching episode. So I will definitely update you guys where this one goes. Because right now, it truly is up in the air. It could go either way. So that is Love of Nirvana. Now, the next 2 stories lead more into a season 3 update. So I'm not going to talk about those 2 exactly, which means I'm just going to talk about recently finished dramas. So the first one that I recently finished is No Gain, No Love. Again, I reviewed the first 6 episodes over on Patreon, and I will review the last 6 episodes. That will come out. I'm recording this on the 4th, so hopefully I can actually get it out also today on the 4th, and there will be the rest of the 6 episodes. I really liked it. It was a straight up rom-com. I enjoyed it. It was 12 episodes. It was super easy to watch. I binged the first 6 episodes in one sitting, and I thought to myself, oh my goodness, I haven't binged a K-drama this bad such a long time, and I really missed it. So I really, really loved it. I think it's a lot of fun. It knows what it is, and it doesn't strive to be anything else more than what it is, if that makes sense. So I really liked it. So this is the drama starring Shin Min-ah and Kim Young-dae. Their chemistry is amazing. It also stars Lee Sang-gi and Han Ji-hyun as a secondary couple, and they have, their 2 episode special, which I will be watching, and I will be also reviewing over on Patreon a little bit later on. So I'm just excited. I think it was lovely done. It was fun. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. So, and it came out of the blue because I wasn't necessarily thinking about watching it, and then I started it and I really ended up enjoying it. So that is No Gain, No Love. Next up is Umi no Hajimari. So I finished this one, and I am praying to every drama god that this will be picked up either on Viki or Netflix or something, because more people need to watch this drama. It is a Japanese drama. I've talked about it a lot. I really enjoyed it. I truly did. I know some people have some doubts about it because I don't know, it does have some questioning characters sometimes, and you don't know really what to think about the characters at times. But overall, it's such a drama with so much feeling. It has so much emotion to it. It has so much punch to it. I loved it. I truly, truly did. I watched it on a fan sub, website. So it's a fans sub the episodes over on there, and I really really enjoyed it. I truly truly did, and I feel like this is probably going to be one of my top dramas for 2024. Just because I loved it that much. Hopefully, again, it's not available anywhere that is easily accessible, like Viki or anything like that, which is really sad. And that's the only thing. It's only 12 episodes, so it's short. It is really, really good. And I really truly hope this ends up like on Viki or something that is more widely available to other people so other people can watch it. So the next one that I finished up, while I had my little time off was Are You the One? I really liked it overall, but it didn't cross quite that. I don't know. I liked it, but I didn't love it. So I already talked about this one when I did my currently watching. And like I said, I liked it, but I didn't love it. And there was just a little something missing for me. But yeah, this was probably the best thing to come out of, September or August, September. This finished on the 1st of September. So this was probably the best thing to come out of that period of C dramas. So for me personally, so you can tell I really, really enjoyed it. It's available in a bunch of places. The acting was fairly good. The story was, okay. So that is Are You the One? And then I did watch It's Okay, That's Love, the Korean drama. I was so excited to finally get to watch it. And if you want to hear my full thoughts, I did do a review for it over on the day back with Jess. I loved chatting to Jess about this one. I'm so glad that she reached out and I got to pick this drama to watch and then review with her because it'd been on my list for such a long time and it's absolutely worth the hype. I truly loved it. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I loved it. And I gushed about it all over on, the Dayback K Rambles podcast. So if you want a deep dive into this, Jess and I, really deep dived. We talked about it for, I think, over 2 hours. So it's definitely well worth your while to go and listen to that episode. I loved recording with her and I loved watching this one. So the last one is just a very simple Japanese BL, and it is very soft, very nice, and it's called Hidamari ga Koryu, and it's also known as I Hear the Sun Spot. This is available on iQIYI. Actually, iQIYI has a lot of BLs now on there. It's quite surprising. So it's basically one of the male leads has a hearing disability, and the other male lead basically becomes like his note taker. And one's kind of like very quiet, very introverted, and the other is very extrovert, very outgoing. It's a very much cold guy meets a sunny personality. It's very sweet, but it's also only 12 episodes, so it's nothing mind-blowing, but it's very sweet. It's very cozy. It's 30-minute episodes. It's a nice little binge. So that's it. I didn't finish a lot of things, guys, because like I said, I then started prepping season 3, and honestly, I was just done with everything and nothing was really, really grabbing much of my attention. So there is 2 other dramas that I will talk about because it will lead into what's coming up in season 3. The first one would be The Story of Minglan. I am now 30 episodes into it. I'm really enjoying it. It was a slow start, but I'm enjoying it, and I will be reviewing it for the podcast. I'm very, very excited. So basically what's going to happen in season 3, we are going to be diving into older classic Chinese dramas. And the start of that will be The Story of Minglan. Now, these won't be, I won't be doing these every month or even every 2 months because these dramas are long, guys. Not only if I'm reviewing them by myself, it's a little bit easier, but if I have guests on, it's a really long commitment and it takes a really special type of guest to accept that commitment. The Story of Minglan being one. I mean, it is 73 episodes long. So, like I said, it takes a very committed person to kind of accept that commitment. of such a long episode. So I will be throwing in a couple more, but what I've decided to do as well, I'm going to divide that. I am going to start reviewing older dramas, and I'm going to have a older drama and a what I'm going to name something along the lines of an older newer drama. So these are dramas that are like, I don't know, 2018 to 2022, that kind of period. They're not necessarily old dramas, but they are older dramas. So they're not very recent dramas. And there's a lots of dramas that will come, through that. I will reveal one, and that will be I will be reviewing with some guests The Romance of Tiger and Rose. It is a classic Zhao Lushi drama, and I'm very excited to rewatch it and be able to review it. So that's what I mean. It's dramas that I really, really enjoyed at the time, but I watched them by myself with nobody around, no community, nothing. And now that I have different eyes, I appreciate dramas differently. It'll be a lot of fun to kind of dip and dive into some of these shorter dramas that I can sort of, review for the podcast. So that is going to be a new thing happening for season 3. It is going to be a throwback to older dramas, classic Chinese dramas like The Story of Minglan and others. We've had a little taste of that in season 2 with Nirvana in Fire, that I reviewed with Sarah. So that was a little taste, and now we're going to up the ante with some more classic Chinese dramas, but also peppering in some other ones that are going to be, older dramas, but not old dramas. So that's going to be what's happening with that one. Now, obviously, the drama trio is going to be back, and that's going to be always a thing. I love those two girls. So, drama trio, I hope we're going to be around for a long while. But you will be getting actually a drama trio episode. So this episode I'm recording on the 4th of October, but it will come out on the 9th of October. So that's when season 3 officially launches. A week after that, you will get a drama trio episode. And buckle up, guys, because it is a long episode. It is a Q&A. You guys asked and we answered. We go into everything from if we were a character in a historical, who would we want to be? If we could meet a character, who would we want to meet? To a bunch of other questions that you guys sent us in. I'm very excited for you to listen to that one. We had so much fun, and it was the first episode we recorded together in a while. So we had a blast. I can't wait. So that's going to be coming out a week after, and I can reveal one other drama trio episode because it ties in with something that I'm rewatching right now. So if you guys don't know, my first ever Asian drama was Ashes of Love, and I am rewatching Ashes of Love 6 years later, so it'll be 6 years after I started Chinese dramas, Asian dramas, whatever, that I will be rewatching, and the drama trio are going to be reviewing Ashes of Love. That is an episode that is actually, funnily enough, going to come out in December, and it is a lot of fun because in December was exactly when I watched Ashes of Love 6 years ago. So I am very excited. It is going to be a very special episode. Just to hold my hands up, I am loving it just as much this time around. I'm having a lot more fun with it because I know what's happening. I have clearer eyes. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I am so excited for that episode. The actor series are going to be returning for season 3. I only did Wu Lei in season 2, and I'm going to pick it back up in season 3. And we are going to have one episode that is actually going to be a joint episode for 2 actors. And I'm going to give you a couple of clues. So let's see. These 2 actors have actually worked together I will even give you a little hint. They worked together in a historical drama that came out last year at the very end of 2023 with one of my favorite actresses. That is like the biggest hint you guys are going to get. They are fairly young, but they have really sprung onto the scene in the last sort of 2 years. One of them more so this year. So I'm very excited to talk about them. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. And then the last little thing that I think I will reveal for season 3 is something that I'm very, very excited about. So I reached out to a listener who discovered Chinese dramas this year. So March this year, she discovered them. And so she's not been watching them for very long. So you could call her a beginner of Chinese dramas. And for me, I'm no way I'm an expert. There's no way that I am. But I know a lot of things about Chinese dramas now that I didn't 6 years ago. And so the episode that we're going to do together is she's going to be asking me the questions because as someone who's been watching them for a while, lots of things just kind of become regular for me whenever I'm watching. Whereas if you're watching through a beginner's eyes, everything is new and you have so many questions. So I'm very excited about that experience as a whole and that episode. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to record. But in general, I also think it's going to be a lot of fun for you guys to listen to because even if you are someone who's been watching Chinese dramas for a while, it's going to be like, oh yeah, I did question that when I first started watching them, or you know, I know that now, but I didn't then sort of situation. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So that is all I'm going to share for now for season 3. I think I am so excited to be back, guys. I feel so energized. I feel just happy to be back and chatting to you and recording this. And I honestly cannot wait for season 3 to get going. I think from, my planning, I have like, when I sit down to plan, I plan almost like 4, 5, even 6 months of episodes. I don't record all of them. No, I do pre-record some stuff, but I do plan out like almost 6 months worth of episodes. And just from those 6 months alone, I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a really, really good season. Now, I will say a little change that's going to happen, and this is going to affect listeners a little bit from season 2 to season 3. So in season 2, I really did no breaks. I was just recording back to back and I was releasing episodes every week without fail. Now, that is going to change in season 3. I need some little breaks incorporated. So for example, in December, I'm going to have a little break for Christmas and New Year's. It's only going to be like 2 weeks off the podcast with no new episodes, but I feel like things like that are really going to help me to not be burnt out because I can take that time off completely and I can, turn off from not chatting to you guys because I love when you guys message me and stuff, but I mean from having to record and plan and, arrange stuff and edit and whatnot, everything that goes into making a podcast episode. So from that aspect, I am going to be conscious and mindful to place those little breaks in so that I don't burn out. That is my main thing for season 3. I really want to enjoy it and just go wherever it takes me. And I don't want to be burnt out by the end of it to the point where I'm just like, I'm done for this season. So I truly, truly want to get a lot more enjoyment out of it. And to do that, I feel like those little breaks here and there will definitely help me. And it'll just help the podcast in general too, because if I'm not burnt out and if I'm more content with the content that I'm creating, then that comes out, in the listening experience as well, I hope. So that is really the major change to season 3 is that there is going to be little breaks. It's never going to be anything more than 2 weeks or so without episodes, but they are going to be a thing for season 3. I'm going to try it out and see how that works out for me. Lastly, I just want to say, guys, if you've been here, whether you've been here for a week, whether you've been here since episode 1, whether you've been here for a couple of months or whatever it may be, or whether you are just tuning in today, I just want to say a major thank you to you guys for listening and tuning in. It is honestly the best feeling and the best thing to have people out there and to have community out there that join me and that listen and then come and chat to me, because that is the best thing about it. I've always said the best thing that comes out of the podcast is not only the people that we meet, fellow podcasters and fellow content creators, but also just the community that we build, whether that be on Discord, whether that be, just somebody emailing me back and forth and we get to chat every now and again. Anything like that, it is just nice. And that's what I do the podcast for, is to chat to you guys and to hear back from you guys. So again, thank you so much. I hope you guys are excited that Tea and Soju is back, and I hope that season 3 lives up to your expectations. And here we go, guys. It's all set. And thank you so much for tuning in, and I shall catch you next time. Bye.